particular one is the 40 Movies with Will Ferrell live stream. And I'm going to dive into what that title means exactly in just a little bit. But we're going to play some songs off of that particular album. And so we're going to start off by playing a song called Back to Your Heart. This one was musically inspired by I-95 by Fountains of Wayne, and then also just inspired by I was talking to somebody, and one of the things that I said to her was we can social distance. I don't really care. I just want to see you. And so that's where a line in the chorus came from that you'll hear in a little bit. So this is timestamped slightly. I'll have to explain this post-COVID probably. But this is Back to Your Heart and I-95, the first by me and the second one by Fountains of Wayne. I know Missouri like the bang of my hand. I see billboards to end abortion, but in the adult stores they still stand. What a long drive from Memphis. It's mainly open road, so I know I feel free, 'cause 8 hours is a time completely out of my power. My mood turns from happy to sour, but I keep going, 'cause in my mind I know soon I will see your face. In times like these I'll do whatever it takes, and I'll stand 6 feet apart if I can see you and find a way back to your heart. If I hear Sylvia's mother one more time, I can almost guarantee that I'm gonna lose my mind. Jams by Clapton and the Grateful Dead knock off 12 to 39 minutes, and I got nothing else instead but time to think. And the sole thing that ceases my heart sink is knowing that very soon I'll see you and be over the moon. Soon I will see your face. In times like these I'll do whatever it takes, and I'll stand 6 feet apart if I can see you and find a way back to your heart. Soon I will see your face. In times like these I'll do whatever it takes. I'll stand 6 feet apart if I can see you and find a way back to your heart. They sell posters of girls washing cars, unicorns and stars, Guns N' Roses album covers. They got most of the Barney DVDs, coffee mugs and teas that say Virginia is for lovers, but it's not. Round here it's just for truckers who forgot to fill up on gasoline back up in Aberdeen. It's a 9-hour drive from me to you, south on I-95. And I'll do until the day that I die if I need to, just to see you, just to see you. Hip hop stations are fading in and out. All I'm getting here now is a kick drum mixed with static constellations blinking in the sky. The road is open wide and it feels so cinematic till a van driven by an older gentleman cuts right in front of me. From then on, that's all I see. It's a 9-hour drive from me to you, south on I-95. And I'll do until the day that I die if I need to, just to see you, just to see you. Alright, and that was I-95 by Fountains of Wayne, appropriately off of their album Traffic and Weather, which was released in 2007. Really, really good album. That's not a good example of it, but that particular album was... I like to think of it as their Cinco de Mayo, where they really started sounding like their primary influence. And for Fountains of Wayne, that was the Doors. Or not the Doors, I'm sorry, the Cars. The Car Doors. That's, yeah, I shouldn't get those two confused, but I do when I'm talking sometimes. So, yeah, their primary influence was the Cars. And you can... if you listen really closely to the riff of Stacy's mom, it sounds a lot like the Cars. I think, yeah, Just What I Needed. That's the one. I couldn't remember if it was that or Best Friend's Girl. But Adam Schlesinger actually invited Rick Ocasek to be in the music video, and he respectfully declined, according to Schlesinger. I got Fountains of Wayne right up here. That's Adam Schlesinger's second one in from the left. Chris Collingwood actually wrote that the I-95 song, if I'm not mistaken. But that was that, and unfortunately we lost Adam Schlesinger 4 months ago today. He passed away due to complications of COVID-19. And Fountains of Wayne, I didn't find this out until like 2 years ago, but Fountains of Wayne broke up in 2013. and I'll dive into that a little bit more, but Schlesinger was still staying plenty busy and had, scores for various, or songs, I should say, for various TV shows that he had written and all of that. And it wasn't until he passed that I really took the time to sit down and realize just how much Fountains of Wayne had influenced my music, without me even realizing it. Now I'm a little bit more intentional about it, thinking like, oh yeah. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this particular album today, 40 Movies with Will Ferrell, because it was influenced a lot by Sky Full of Holes, the Fountains of Wayne album. And I'll explain the title because it comes from something in that set of songs. But this is one example where I didn't necessarily have a song inspired by Fountains of Wayne. In fact, the funny thing about this song is that when I was going through them, even though I just wrote them in June, I write so many that sometimes it gets jumbled in my head in terms of what I was going for. So sometimes I just have to retool completely. And this was one of those examples, I think. But as I was reading through the lyrics, I was like, oh, that kind of reminds me of Dance With Me by Orleans or Orleans or however you want to pronounce it. And so I'm going to do it as a medley with that song. So this is Traffic Jam, and I hope you enjoy it. A traffic jam, got good at saying I don't give a damn. It's worth the struggle, I'll break the bubble of this traffic jam. A traffic jam, the interstate right now just feels so slim. Stations fade, there's nothing I won't wait in this traffic jam. Tell me, when will this traffic jam ever end? The miles get longer, yeah, my love grows stronger in this traffic jam. A traffic jam, you're getting closer to where I am. It's single digits, I count the minutes in this traffic jam. A traffic jam, we're reunited, we missed the exam. No storm we won't weather if we'll be together after the traffic jam. Dance with me, I wanna be your man again. You see, the music is just starting, night is calling, and I am falling. Dance with me. Fantasy, never me so giving, I feel free. I hope that you are willing, pick the beat up and get your feet up and dance with me. Let it lift you off the ground, starry eyes and love all around us. I can take you where you want to go. dance with me. I wanna be your partner, can't you see? The music is just starting, night is falling, and I am calling for you, dance with me. Let it lift you off the ground. Starry eyes are all around us. I can take you if you want to go. Dance with me. I wanna be your partner, can't you see? The music is just starting, night is falling, and I am calling for you, dance with me. Dance with me. Alright, and that was Traffic Jam, paired with Dance With Me. I hope you enjoyed that. Either one of those. I was going to say both of them, but I'm not going to be that pushy. Maybe you didn't like the original. But please do let me know. I'm trying to track the comments here on Facebook, and that is awesome. I see my friend Elenita has joined, which is awesome. She liked the video. I haven't figured out how to get the comments from YouTube to Facebook, or I'm sorry, from Facebook to this Restream thing that I'm using. And I'd like to say I'll get it figured out by next week, but you and I both know that might not be true. So if you are indeed watching on Facebook, drop me a comment. Let me know you're here. YouTube, you can just comment right on YouTube and I can see it just fine. But just let me know. And like I said, drop a comment. And if you do feel like you want to do so, I do have my information for the virtual tip bucket down there. And so please do throw something in if you feel so inclined, but don't feel like you have to. I just appreciate you guys listening and giving me an avenue for my 85 albums that I have. And I just started in on the 86th one today, so that's lovely. But this next song is a song called The Love With Which I'm Driving. In case you haven't noticed, all of these songs are about being in traffic, waiting for, kind of waiting on seeing the person that you love. And so kind of a fun deal there. Fun little thing. And Mom, before you do comment, that last song, even though I'm talking about being in a traffic jam, I didn't write that while I was actually driving. I would never do that. In my head, probably, but not actually on paper while I'm driving. So there's that. And I appreciate Jake Moore for tuning in. Hope everything's going well with you. And like I said, thanks for tuning in. So this next song is called The Love With Which I'm Driving, and it was actually inspired by a Cars Flowers song called Simple Kind of Lovely, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, I've been running red lights and been wearing out the gas like I didn't learn my lesson in Georgia. But where you are is where I meet normalcy, so you can bet I'm coming for ya. It's a long drive, but I will make it for you. I will meet you in any city. Yeah, the interstate I travel is worth the pain just to see a face so pretty. Yes, I'll find a way to get to where you are, whether LA, New York, or Altoona. 'Cause you make everything so damn clear at this point. I can just get rid of my room, but there ain't no one like you on planet Earth, so there's no use in pretending. It ain't hard when I'm with you to imagine our love being one that's never ending. Well, I hope you feel the same about me, 'cause I can't see living life solitary. I had let myself fall in what feels like forever, and at first it was a little bit scary. But I talk about you in a different way, so before you go on goodbying, the traffic on I-55 can't hold the love with which I am driving. Leaning on a tree trunk, thinking about the same junk, falling in and out of a dream. Back and forth I'm swaying, I'm contemplating staying, laying decaying when I know I'm away. Where do I aim when I shoot the breeze? How do I know myself in times like these? I need a simple kind of lovely, and the thought is just a novelty. You can spend your whole time dangling from the grapevine, standing underneath when they cut you free. What about when the sun leaves? And what about all those bad dreams? Who will walk with you back into reality? I wish that everything would stay the same, but I know I could never live this way, when just a simple kind of lovely and the memories will be okay. I wish that things could be like this every day, but I know I could never live this way, when just a simple kind of lovely and the memories will be okay. Was just a simple kind of lovely and the memories will be okay. All right, and that was The Love With Which I'm Driving, and that was inspired by Simple Kind of Lovely by Cars Flowers, the precursor to Maroon 5. Some really, really good songs. That's one of them. To quote Murray, who says of all the songs that band sings, that's one of them. Yeah, and my song, The Love With Which I'm Driving. I want to give a shout out to the Jonas Brothers, who are tuning in. They're on vacation and still took the time to tune in. So Joe and Kevin, I appreciate that for you. Say hi to Nick for me and everyone else. and I appreciate that. And for anybody else who sees this video later, just remember that some people, go on vacation, but it's not a vacation for me. So what's your excuse? Just want to throw that out there. So this next particular, okay, one more shout out. Some of my high school friends, Michaela Morse just tuned in, which is fabulous. I hope you're doing well. He was a wrestler for a couple years at least, and we had physical science together freshman year. So hey to you and the rest of your family. Thank you so much for tuning in. This next song is one that I wrote, and I know I actually played it in a live stream because I was super excited about it the day I wrote it. And I'm still very excited about it. But this is a song that was inspired by the Bob Dylan song Love Minus Zero Over No Limit. And that song is just amazing. The album that I'm working on right now is an album called Even the Pawn Must Hold a Grudge. And if you go through, first of all, that's a line in Love Minus Zero Over No Limit. But if you go through that particular song, there are so many just like crazy quotable lines. And so it's really, really fun. I'll go over some of my other favorites in a little bit. But this is Our Love Is Here to Stay, and I'm going to do it as a medley with Love Minus Zero Over No Limit. I dream of ever after, of sunshine and of laughter. I'm buried up in the rafters when a best love told me off. Now as each controversies, I think of chapters and of verses, good things and of curses, and of my new love that can be taught. You and I are so different, yet I loved you in an instant. We've done well with the distance. I guess love is truly a choice, yet the one of your choosing, love I can't be losing. You make time between your snoozing, and I love to hear the sound of your voice. Now I know you can be trusted. My cynicism's been busted, trying to rebound, and I've lusted, yet it brought me your way. Now as I drive I-90, bad things are all behind me. Your beauty will forever blind me, and our love is here to stay. My love, she speaks like silence, without ideals of violence. She doesn't have to say she's faithful, yet she's true like ice, like fire. People carry roses and make promises by the hours. My love, she laughs like the flowers Valentines can buy her. In the dime stores and bus stations, people talk of situations. Read books, remain quotations, draw conclusions on the wall. Some speak of the future. My love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure, and failure's no success at all. The cloak and the dagger dangles. Madams light the candles in ceremonies of the horsemen. Even the pawn must hold her grudge. Statues made of matchsticks crumble onto one another. My love, she winks, she does not bother. She knows too much to argue or to judge. The bridge at midnight trembles. The county doctor rambles. Bankers and nieces seek perfection, expecting all the gifts wise men bring. The wind howls like a hammer. The night it blows rainy. My love, she's like some raven at a window with a broken wing. Alright, and that was Our Love Is Here to Stay, paired with Love Minus Zero Over No Limit. That gets really complicated to write out as a medley, because the Bob Dylan song has a slash in it. The over is like a backslash, maybe it's a forward slash, I can't tell. But yeah, so then writing mine on there, a little bit tricky. But that is such a good song. Draw conclusions on the wall, make promises by the hours, my love, she laughs like the flowers. And then of course, even the pawn may hold a grudge, or must hold a grudge. Yeah, that's just incredible. And I mean, the funny thing is that, it's one of those weird deals where you don't really know what it means. But you kind of do, that he's onto something there. So that's pretty great. One of my, coworkers just, I was saying the other day how much I love Bob Dylan, and she says, oh, I, always love teaching, Bob Dylan in a literary sense. And that's just a great example of that. I always, I think of this story often because I think of Bob Dylan often, but, at, graduation, not this year, but last year, one of my kids, who was a junior at the time, I, ran into her at graduation, and she, I said to her, hey, guess whose birthday is next week? And she just looks at me and she goes, is it Bob Dylan? And I said, why, yes, it most certainly is. So that's just one of my favorite stories. But people embracing that, I appreciate it, because my love of Bob Dylan is not going anywhere. But that was one that I definitely thought I got right. So this next one was inspired by, actually, this is another one that, I wasn't really sure what inspired it, but I ended up making it into something else, and ended up doing it as a medley when I was practicing with Cemetery Guns by Fountains of Wayne from their album Sky Full of Holes. And you'll notice in the chorus, they say the phrase Sky Full of Holes, so it's not technically the title track, but that's kind of where the title comes from. So this is Encumbered and Cemetery Guns. Well, there are many roads to get to you, 61, 94, and 90. Oh, and if I get lost along the way, I know you'll always come to find me. And Memphis is so far from you, though I can do it in one day of travel. I know that I'll always run to you when things begin to unravel. Oh, I made a stop in your least favorite town. It's a straight shot the rest of the miles. I'm crying now, but I know that soon I'm gonna be all smiles. And I've been climbing back for far too long, and at first I was rather desperate, but I finally found the one who can forever give me respite. So now the countdown has begun. I'll see you in 7 mornings. Last time I found a way to get to you, the snow wouldn't stop me storming. So my dear, it's you I've decided now. I'll be with till I'm 100. I will always find a way to love you and refuse to be encumbered. Elizabeth, that thundercloud is creeping up the Empire Hill. There's shadows in the overpass and puddles on the underpath. Peoria lay silent still in the belly of the overgrown, all quiet on the open plain, footprints in the family plot. Wherever and restless sorrow sleep in a broken heap. Cemetery guns go bang, 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 shooting up a sky full of holes, 21 times in a row. For the blue war widow in the gray raincoat, in the green grass down below. Elizabeth, our fathers came and settled where the ground was flat, drew water from the Indian wells, cut timber from the rolling hills. Granddaddy, oh, bled hearth and home for oiling, and the company gives no rest for the errant ones. Godspeed to the reckless sons. Whoever mourned their forefathers' hands on the foreign lands. Cemetery guns go bang, 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 shooting up a sky full of holes, 21 times in a row. And the gray war widow in the blue raincoat, in the green grass down below. Cemetery guns go bang, 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 shooting up a sky full of holes, 21 times in a row. And the blue war widow in the gray raincoat, in the green grass down below. All right, and that was Cemetery Guns by Fountains of Wayne. I'll talk about this a little bit more in a couple of songs here, but the album that we're more or less celebrating tonight, Sky Full of Holes, which was released 9 years ago, tomorrow, I guess, was very heavily influenced by the Jayhawks and kind of that 90s and early 2000s alt country movement, and that particular song. It's funny because they previewed a bunch of the songs when my neighbor and I saw him in 2009, so 2 years before the album was released. And I don't remember them playing that song, but they did play 21 Guns by Green Day, which is kind of the same idea of 21 Gun Salute and all of that. So that's kind of interesting. And I'll get to the that concert in a second and talk about how influential that was. But the interesting thing about this album, Sky Full of Holes, is that it turned out to be Fountains of Wayne's last album, and you could kind of tell that they were running out of gas a little bit, but some of that was just it was just such a different sound for them, just a really pared down, whatever, and some of that was intentional. It was Chris Collingwood trying to get back into the band, because he only wrote like 3 songs on Traffic and Weather because he was in and out of trying to get sober. And so, that's one of those things that you could tell the kind of calmer songs were his on this record. But even in looking some of them up, there was a little bit vague in terms of who wrote what. So I don't even know. But like I said, 4 months ago today, we lost Adam Schlesinger, the bass player and one of the primary songwriters for Fountains of Wayne. So we're celebrating his life as well. I want to give a couple more shout outs here. We have Connor Bard, and he's tuning in. I appreciate you for doing that, my favorite bard, and that includes Shakespeare. And my favorite Schneeman, Maddie Schneeman, tuned in as well. I appreciate you for that. It means a lot that you guys tune in. And I know I've said this before, but, part of it is probably that you have nothing better to do. But I would very much like to think that, even if you have stuff, like you could plan stuff, going out and all of that, you'd still stay in and listen to a Minnesota Mike, live stream. Thank you guys too. I'm able to track the comments, and who's watching and all of that on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, please comment on here. Or just, comment on there, I should say, just regularly, so that I can see that. Eventually, I'll see it quicker if it shows up on here. So that's very cool. But that was a song called Encumbered, and this next song is a song called Stronger, and it was inspired by, that's right, Connor, Minnesota Mike. It was inspired by the song All Your Favorite Bands by Dawes, and this song, the song All Your Favorite Bands has a very special place in my heart. Because I played it for some of my kids a couple of years ago. Didn't get to do it this year as an end of the year celebration, darn COVID. But as part of the graduation ceremony, the commencement address with Spanish 3, I played this song and dedicated it to them. So it always makes me think of my kids whenever I play it. Even, not those 2 classes, just, my students, current, or I students this summer, so not really current, but, my former students and future students, as well. So this one goes out to you. The second half of this, the first half is something very different, but, that's the song Stronger, and I hope you enjoy both of them. Logging miles ain't been a smile since I can remember. 10 hours seem like 24. You have a way of helping me forget what has been scarring. Southern drive is a pain I can't afford. And pretty soon I'll see your face again, and you'll be back in my arms. It ain't true, but I tell myself a while longer. When I begin to feel weak inside, I continue to drive. 'Cause when I see you, I know it'll make me stronger. Now I'm stuck in Goroville, and I dine at an Olive Garden. Made me think of how the breadsticks caused you glee. You'd think each mile would get just a little bit easier, but it's never been this bad to feel so free. So pretty soon I'll see your face again, and you'll be back in my arms. It ain't true, but I tell myself just a while longer. When I begin to feel wing inside, I continue to drive. 'Cause when I see you, I know it'll make me stronger. Pretty soon I'll see your face again, you'll be back in my arms. It ain't true, but I tell myself just a little while longer. When I begin to feel wing inside, I continue to drive. 'Cause when I see you, I know it'll make me stronger. Yeah, when I see you, I know it'll make me stronger. Late night drives and night-range fries and friends in all kinds of places. From New York to good old Santa Fe. When I think of you, I still see you in that hat that says let's party. I hope that thing is never thrown away. I hope that life without a chaperone is all you dreamed it would be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. Now I'm waking up and I'm not thinking clearly, so don't quote me. But I thought of you while writing down this song. Ain't it funny how some folks pop into your head so easily? I haven't thought about you in so long. I hope that life without a chaperone is all you dreamed it would be. I hope your brother's El Camino runs forever. I hope the world sees the same person that you've always been to me. And may all your favorite bands stay together. And may all your favorite bands stay together. Alright, and that was Stronger, my original song, and all your favorite bands by Dawes. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That Dawes song is one of my favorites. I was getting chills playing it again. Just such a, I mean, it's a good song anyway, but just having that added little reason why you think of it, or think of people when you hear it and all of that. It's a cool thing. So I am Minnesota Mike, like I said, and this is the 40 Movies with Will Ferrell live stream. That was a little bit of a mean trick to get you guys to tune in for that. But you know, good marketing, right? Who knows what this is going to be. The reason why I picked out this title for this particular song, or this particular album, I should say, is there's a line in one of the next songs that I'm going to play that has the phrase 40 movies with Will Ferrell in it, and has to do with traveling and all of that, which is kind of the theme of this album, is traveling to see the person you love. So that's kind of where I got it from. You'll see where it comes in just a second. But I'm going to play an original song. It's called Pieces. and put that along with this song called Road Song by Fountains of Wayne. If you like what you hear, please feel free to tip. I've got Venmo and CashApp are all derivatives of Mike Mielenhausen. And then my PayPal, if you're into that, is Minnesota Mike. So whatever your chosen method is, if you choose to use one of those methods, you don't even have to do that. This is a completely free show, and I mean, there's zero way that I was ever going to get all of this material out, pre-COVID. So I'm just glad to have people tuning in. But like I said, if you feel like you want to tip, if you're in a position to do so, please do so. Feel free to do so. But I'm going to keep on playing, shut my mouth, and, well, not really, because I'm going to be singing, but I'll stop talking and start singing. So this is Pieces, and I'm going to pair it with Road Song by Fountains of Wayne. I tried to scrap all my reasons for doubt as I drive down the highway. I managed to force them out. I can survive this life as long as you're there. I drive to you in order to get my story back. We've got trauma and pain that seems to affect our trusting, but with you I feel like I can go back to loving. We've all got broken pieces ripe for fixing, a love that is just not worth nixing, and I'll drive any distance just to be your man. So let's pick up each other's pieces to put back together again. I had my own chance to be where you are. I'll admit I got scared that things would fall apart. So we're gonna find a way that we can make it work. I've been down for years, but this much I know for sure. We've all got trauma and pain that seems to affect our trusting, but with you I feel like I can get back to loving. We've all got broken pieces right for fixing, a love that is just not worth nixing, and I'll drive any distance to be your man. So let's pick up each other's pieces to put back together again. 'Cause we've all got trauma and pain that seems to affect our trusting, but with you I feel like I can get back to loving. We've all got broken pieces ripe for fixing, a love that is just not worth nixing, and I'll drive any distance to be your man. So let's pick up each other's pieces to put back together again. Let's pick up each other's pieces to put back together again. We're still in Wisconsin as far as I know. Today was Green Bay and tomorrow Chicago. Wish I was lying, but there isn't much to report. My phone is dying, so I gotta keep it short. Did I happen to say, hey, I've been writing you a road song. It's a cliche, but hey, I promise it won't take too long. And in between the stops and the Cracker Barrel and 40 movies with Will Ferrell, I still need something to occupy my time. So I'm writing you a road song. I sure hope you don't mind. I bought you a light blue t-shirt last night from some band I couldn't stand, but their logo's alright. Some guy threw a Coors Light at me, adding I'm like a pro. Right now it's getting late, I guess I should let you go. But did I happen to say, hey, I've been writing you a road song, don't run away. 'Cause hey, I promise it won't take too long. I know it's not what you call necessary, and I know that I'm no Steve Perry, but even if you roll your eyes and groan, I'm still writing you a road song that you can call your own. I'm still writing you a road song that you can call your own. Alright, and that was Road Song by Fountains of Wayne paired with my original song, Pieces. And that's where the album title, 40 Movies with Will Ferrell, comes in. That, it's such a long drive. So in between the stops at the Cracker Barrel and 40 movies with Will Ferrell, got to have something to occupy your time. And so you're writing a road song. I really enjoy making album titles out of random song lines, and because it's fun for people to be able to guess, and fun for me to be able to say, hey, this is where it came from. So Road Song, that was like the one, or not the one, but it was the one new song that I remember Fountains of Wayne playing when my neighbor Paul and I saw him live, July 7th of 2009, for those of you keeping track. And they were previewing songs from their, new album, and they played some songs from Traffic and Weather and said this is our most recent album, but that doesn't mean much because it was still 2 years ago. Anyway, so Road Song is one of the new songs that I remember them debuting. So that song is pretty special to me. Like I said, Adam Schlesinger, the lead singer, passed away due to complications of COVID about 4 months ago, and that was one of the worst days in the COVID era that I remember having. Some other friends of mine were going through some stuff, and I just found that out, and I went for a walk and just kind of found found it hard to walk. The anxiety was kind of taking over. So that's that. But really good song there. And Adam was just an amazing songwriter. So go check out some Fountains of Wayne, or just search Adam Schlesinger. If you can spell it correctly. I've gotten better at pronouncing it over the years. But just phenomenal. And somebody I aspire to be like, just really prolific in terms of output, and that's who I want to be as a songwriter. Funny but also poignant, like that song. Good mix of both. So I got a couple of friends tuned in. Kyle Bailey, he tuned in right when I was starting that song. So I appreciate him for tuning in. Thank you, Kyle. Hope you're doing well. And go check out Kyle's music. He is a product of Memphis, and just a phenomenal songwriter. So go check him out. And Molly Levi, I appreciate you for that, for tuning in, and doing that. And same thing. I hope you're doing well, staying safe and healthy, and all that good stuff. Cool. So I've got a couple more for you, 3 more originals, and then 3 more covers to go with those, and then I think just 2 more covers after that. So you do the math on that one in terms of how many I have left. But so this next song was inspired by a song by Easton Corbin called "Can't Love You Back." And this song baffled me for the longest time, because you're saying, like, I can love you, but I can't love you back. I'm like, what? To quote Frank Costanza, what the hell does that even mean? And I mean, for real, it was literally, that song came out in 2012, and it wasn't until going through it, the lyrics this time, that I was like, oh, okay, because that's what the description was on Wikipedia. But I'm like, no, that still doesn't add up. And then I read the lyrics this time out, and turns out that's what it's about. Loving somebody and they leave, and you can't love them enough for them to come back. That's essentially what it is. But that's too big of a mouthful. So this is I Can't Love You Back, paired with As Long As You Are Mine, and I'm going to do my original song first. I couldn't drive 1,000 miles and not be one bit perturbed, 'cause you'd be right there at the end of that road. I can see myself releasing at least some of the hurt, if forever you thought was the way to go. So darling, hold me tight, I want you for life, 'cause you make true love shine. I'll drive any interstate, this is our fate, as long as you are mine. You're worth every gas station I stop at along the way. I think of you every time I refill. When I'm feeling dejected, you know just what to say. You can get me over when I don't have the will. So darling, hold me tight, I want you for life, 'cause you make true love shine. I'll drive any interstate if this is our fate, as long as you are mine. So darling, hold me tight, I want you for life, 'cause you make true love shine. I'll drive any interstate if this is our fate, as long as you are mine. As long as you are mine. I can love you in the morning, I can love you all day, I can love you even more when you get home. I can love you every second to the ends of the earth, where needing you is the only thing that's on my broken one-track mind. Girl, I love you crazy, it comes so easy after all we had. I could love you to the ends of the earth, but all I'm there, I just can't love you back. I could write 1,000 letters, call 100 times a day, or try to drown out my sorrow at the bar. I could go down to the church, get on my knees and pray, but it still won't change the way things really are. Won't bring you back again. Girl, I love you crazy, it comes so easy after all we had. I could love you with all my heart, but the hardest part is I just can't love you back. I could love you for all I'm worth to the ends of the earth, but I just can't love you back. All right, and that was As Long As You Are Mine, my original song, and paired with I Can't Love You Back by Easton Corbin. Like I said, those the chorus kind of confused me, but I wasn't listening carefully enough, so always a good lesson to do that. I want to give a shout out to Noah Anderson. Thanks for tuning in. He's more or less was a neighbor of mine growing up. His grandparents lived next door to me, so I saw him quite a bit. Hope you're doing well, man, and staying safe, healthy, all of that. Again, you are tuned into the 40 Movies with Will Ferrell live stream, and I got 2 more original songs for you, 2 more cover songs, and then I think I have like 4 more covers after that, just that are on their own. But this next song was inspired by The Summer Place by Fountains of Wayne, the lead track from Sky Full of Holes, the album that we are celebrating tonight. So this is a song called Better For You, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to do it, by the way, as a medley with The Summer Place. Driving along I-90, it lets me do lots of thinking of all the lows I lost when things seemed right and the time I was blinking. Like that girl from Vegas Village, rebuff broke the camera. It took me increments of 2 years just to get my emotions handled. I wanna be where you are, I just wanna be better for you. Wanna be better for you, and when I see your face I know I'll be at peace. I thought I could turn off the pain like it was some sort of light switch, but moving on was harder than I thought, and longing with quite a hitch. But what's still echoing in my head, hence why I haven't inquired. Trying to move on is something I now dread, yet in many ways you have me inspired. Yes, I wanna be better for you, I just wanna be where you are. When I see your face, I know I'll be amazed. Since high school, been uncool. Now I just assume everyone lies. You're different, so I'm distant. Never seemed not worth the drive. You are my strength to keep me going when I am weak. Though you're just out of reach. You cut out the noise in my head, though not quite completely. No matter where I rendezvous, I know you'll always make time to leave me. And I wanna be where you are. I just wanna be better for you. I wanna be better for you. And when I see your face, I know I'll be at peace. I wanna be where you are. I just wanna be better for you. I wanna be better for you. And when I see your face, I know I'll be at peace. She's been afraid of the Cuisinart since 1977. Now when she opens her mouth, well, she knows set foot in the kitchen. Her brother's dating an architect. They're coming home for the weekend. He never gave her the proper respect, but she still meets the ferry to greet them. Oh, and the summer place, we got the space if you got the time. And the summer place, so far away, it's another state of mind. She ran away back in 78, just down the beach to the neighbors. They brought him back after sunset, and Ned said, don't do me any favors. Her mom was in on the patio. She stayed in the sea air, drink a fifth of Seagrams, and then sink back down in her deck chair. Oh, and the summer place, we got the space if you got the time. And the summer place, it's summer away, it's another state of mind. And 15, shoplifting was the only game she liked to play. And 40, she's so bored she thinks about it, then decides to pay. But still those good old days don't seem so far away, like they're just yesterday. She took a handful of mushrooms that she and Dane from a surfer. She spent the night in the hospital room so the doctors could observe her. Oh, and the summer place, we got the space, you should drop on by. And the summer place, the injuries fade, but the memories last a lifetime. All right, and that was Better For You, paired with The Summer Place by Fountains of Wayne. Again, this is the 40 Movies with Will Ferrell live stream, and that album title was taken from a line in the song Road Song by Fountains of Wayne, which I played earlier. So these are all about, driving to see the person that you care about the most. Yeah, some of the covers that I do, not necessarily, but so this next song is a song called I Don't Feel Broken, and it was inspired by another one of my big musical inspirations, right to my right of the Bee Gees, maybe your right too. I don't know. But Maroon 5. This song, like I said, inspired by Maroon 5, a Maroon 5 song called Just a Feeling. So this is a song called I Don't Feel Broken, and I'm going to do it as a medley with Just a Feeling. I watched you cry, made in sunlight by the bedroom door. You said you wish you did not love me anymore. You left your flowers in the backseat of my car. The things we said and did have left permanent scars. Obsessed, depressed, at the same time. I can't even walk in a straight line. I've been lying in the dark, no sunshine, no sunshine, no sunshine. She cries, this is more than goodbye. When I look into your eyes, you're not even there yet. It's just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. Just a feeling, feeling, just a feeling that I have. Just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. And I can't believe that it's over. You lost your soul, you lost control, you want me back. May not believe me, but I gave you all I had. Undress, confess that you're still mine. I roll around in a bed full of tears, and I'm still lying in the dark. No sunshine, no sunshine, no sunshine. She cries, this is more than goodbye. When I look into your eyes, you're not even there yet. It's just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. Just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. Just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. And I can't believe that it's over. So much to say, it's not the way she does her hair. It's the way she seems to stare right through my eyes. Oh, oh, oh. And in my darkest day, when she refused to run away, the love she tried so hard to say. It's just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. Just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. Just a feeling, just a feeling, just a feeling that I have. And I can't believe that it's over. No, I can't believe that it's over. I'll drive all day, driving here, wait and get to you. I-94 and even I-92. I want to extend our love's expiration date. My feelings for you need to continue to saturate. I'm scared, unprepared for the next thing. You've dealt the pain with the joy you bring, and your hand will look better with my ring, with my ring, with my ring. So I drive this interstate all night. So I'll drive this interstate all night. I will give you my life if you'll do the same. I don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken around you. I don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken around you. Don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken around you. 94 is greater than 22. You're fire alone, but on the phone I give you joy. I compliment you and you find a way to fill the void. I'm scared, unprepared at the next thing. You dull the pain with the joy you bring, and your end will look better with my ring, with my ring, with my ring. So I'll drive this interstate all night. I will give you my life if you will do the same. I don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken without you. Don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken without you. Don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken without you. 94 is greater than 22. There is a difference in the way I bring you up. Folks know my world is finally enough. Let's vibe forever, and when you look at your wedding band, you'll once and for all understand. I don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken around you. I don't feel broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken around you. I don't broken, don't feel broken, don't feel broken around you. 94 is greater than 22. 94 is greater than 22. All right, and that was, in order, Just a Feeling and I Don't Feel Broken. Originally, I had planned to do my original song first, like I've been doing. But since Just a Feeling is such a depressing breakup song, and this one is a little bit better, with things getting better. Not better in terms of quality by any means, but it made sense to play that second since this is about healing. So Just a Feeling, I have Just a Feeling that I've told you this story before, but I just wore that album out. Hands All Over. It was like pre-Moves Like Jagger. I don't even have that song on my iPod for as much as I love Maroon 5. Anyway, I just wore it out and then lent it to a friend of mine, and he lost it, so he gave me money to get a new one. And then the obsession just continued. And that song really stuck out to me. A certain weekend where I was just not feeling it relationship wise. Some stuff had gone down and I was just not in a good mood. And so I was listening to Sam Kinison to cheer me up, and then I was listening to this album, Hands All Over, and the first 9 tracks were great because they were breakup songs, but it was kind of like, this isn't over. And the 9th track it's called Get Back in My Life. So it's just this like really fast pounding, like, gonna get you back, which is a line in Misery. Anyway, and so it does that, and then it just hits you with this like and so it was just this like sad thing for like the next 3 songs. And so that particular weekend it was like, oh no. But just masterful in terms of how they snuck it in there. The line that sticks out to me in that song is the obsessed depressed at the same time. And so whenever I use the word obsessed or depressed, I always have to throw in one or the other. And that is always the litmus test in terms of have you made it as an artist, is have you seeped into Minnesota Mike's subconscious for random music references throughout conversations. But that one just happened to. So we got a couple more songs. We're done with my originals, so if you didn't like those, I'm about to butcher some of your favorite covers, and we're gonna go from there. So I got 4 more for you. And this next one is, if we're going to talk about fabulous songwriting from Fountains of Wayne, this is one of their best on any of their 5 albums. And it's funny, but it's also like, it also hits you hard at certain points. So this is Action Hero, and I hope you enjoy it. Sometime after sunset, he is on his hands and knees. He is searching for his keys at a small Vietnamese place on East 11th Street. His daughters both there once singing, we just can't go in please, as his wife begins to sneeze, and his son is throwing peas and eating with his feet. He's an action hero, and he should be fighting crime, living between the buildings and racing against time. He's an action hero. He's an action hero in his mind. He drops by Mount Sinai where they're running through some tests, and they tape things to his chest, and they're all doing their best to make him feel at ease. The doctor says it's really just an educated guess. I suggest you get some rest, maybe cut back on the stress, 'cause I don't like what I see. He's an action hero, and he swears he feels just fine. He's gotta finish saving the world for all mankind. He's an action hero. He's an action hero. And he's racing against time. There goes the action hero. There goes the action hero. There goes the action hero. And he's racing against time. All right, and that was Action Hero by Fountains of Wayne. Pre-COVID, that was still one of my absolute favorite songs, but that's also one that, I mean, we need to hear it regardless, but there are so many people who are doing everything they can, whether on the front lines or even if they're just everyday heroes, and it's true. You're kind of an action hero in your mind, even if people take you for granted. And that's a cool thing. And it's really interesting because I've been thinking about this a lot with John Prine, compared to Bob Dylan. That Bob Dylan is so out there in terms of his literary references, and sometimes his characterizations aren't always believable, and that's what makes them good. Like, that's not a bad thing. And John Prine has songs that are about believable people, and so I think that's an interesting contrast between the two. But Action Hero is the type of song that, even though Fountains of Wayne, normally when I think of them, and I'll get to this in a second because I'm going to play a song called Richie and Reuben, that's about two just complete losers. And we all know Richies and Reubens, but there's still a lot of exaggeration that happens here in this next song. But Action Hero is one of those where, like, everybody knows that person who they're an action hero in their mind, even when they're being taken for granted. So it's important. But now for a couple of funny Fountains of Wayne songs. And actually, I lied. I have three more. Because now two more, but there's that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna play and figure it out. I'll let you know when the last song is. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna play Richie and Reuben in a second. But this next song is a song called "A Dip in the Ocean," and I can't remember the exact date, but it was sometime in the summer. I want to say July 11th or something like that. Of 2011, and Fountains of Wayne played this song on Letterman, and I remember staying up for it, and it was Fountains of Wayne was the musical guest, Kirstie Alley, and then I think Somerville was on as well, who's a really funny comedian. And so okay, I'll sit through Kirstie Alley, so I can hear Fountains of Wayne, and they ended up playing this song. And the "You were only complimenting the waitress" has to be one of my favorite lines. And even though a lot of these lyrics don't really make sense, but this was a Chris Collingwood penned song. But this is "A Dip in the Ocean." It's you and me on a beach in 1998, leaving into the breeze from the willows and the rhythm and grace in the room in this place. I'm uncertain the procedure is painless. Let's start that over. It's you and me on a beach in 1998, leaning into the breeze from the willows and rhythm and grace. So reborn in this place, I'm assured the procedure is painless. The taxi cab with no brakes around the mountain pass. Keep your head in your hands if anybody asks what you meant when you were picking a fight. You were only complimenting the waitress. Give us a room with a mountain view and tiny cabana by the water, yeah, by the water. And I got a rental for an hour or two, or a ride up the coast in a dip in the ocean. The waterfront is alright with Cinderella flame, tourists flushing at night, run the grottos and gathering now with the hill warm lanes for the drunken amaretto. And lovers paddle the boat on the molten bay, veering into the reeds in the ripple and playing and cool in a bar by the pool in Caribbean, guess amaretto. Give us a room with a mountain view a tiny cabana by the water, yeah, by the water. And I got a rental for an hour or two for a ride up the coast and a dip in the ocean. Give me a mountain, give us a room with the mountain view, a tiny cabana by the water, yeah, by the water. And I got a rental for an hour or two for a ride up the coast and a dip in the ocean. In the ocean. Alright, and that was A Dip in the Ocean by Fountains of Wayne. So now we have two more songs left. So I mentioned earlier, a song called Richie and Reuben, and this is one song that I'm a huge Fountains of Wayne fan. And my mom likes them too. Not as much as I do, but that's a really high bar to set, to be as obsessed with them as I am. But, anyway, she picked me up from school one day and said, "Oh man, you gotta check out this, Richie and Reuben song, by Fountains of Wayne." And they played it on the current, local radio station in Minnesota. And I just thought it was great. The only thing that bothered me about it was that the second verse, the rhyme scheme, seemed like very, very different than the first. Like there was something that, with the first handful of listens, it just sounded a little bit off, and not in a bad way. But it was just one of those things where I was just like, it doesn't sound the same. And then after I started listening to it, it really did. But Fountains of Wayne, you'll hear a reference to FIT, and I was like, what is that? And it turns out there's a fashion school in New York called the Fashion Institute of Technology, and so they call it FIT, and that's one of two examples here, and actually same with I-95. For that matter, but of how Fountains of Wayne has really improved my knowledge of East Coast geography, and so things in the East Coast, running New York jokes and whatnot. This is Richie and Reuben. Before I play this, I want to give a shout out to my friend Joe Matthews. He is a great singer-songwriter in town, and connected to the Bartlett Songwriters Alliance, as well as the Memphis Songwriters Association. So thank you, Joe, for tuning in. And thank you for tipping me off to Restream, too. This is working like a charm here on my computer, and I hope the sound is still coming in nicely. But this is Richie and Reuben, and I hope you enjoy it. They opened up a bar called Living Hell right from the start and didn't go too well. They never had quite the right vibe or the clientele. They bought a velvet robe and the doorman laughed. They got robbed blind by half the waitstaff. 6 short weeks and they were forced to sell. Richie and Reuben don't know what they're doing. Richie and Reuben are both a little out of their minds. Don't give them a dime. Them blow through, just like they blew through mine. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. When did the money go? Where did the money go? They opened a boutique they called Debris, together with some guy from FIT. Though later it turned out he didn't quite get his degree. $1,100 for a ripped up shirt, the game pre-stained with bleach and black dirt. seemed just a little bit too steep to me. Richie and Ruben don't know what they're doing. Richie and Ruben are both a little out of their minds. Don't give them a dime. They'll blow through your dough just like they blew through mine. And ever since the 7th grade, they've been thinking that they got it made. But I still haven't gotten paid at all. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. When in the morning go, when in the morning go, Richie and Ruben know what they're doing. Richie and Ruben are both a little, they're both a little out of their minds. All right. And that was Richie and Ruben from Sky Full of Holes, Fountains of Wayne's album. Shout out to my friend Lizzie who's tuning in, and my mom just gave that cover a thumbs up, so I appreciate that. Appreciate you, Mom, for tuning in there. Got one more, and also, Mom, thank you again for tipping me off to that song. I am sure I would have heard it eventually, but it meant a lot more coming from you, and I genuinely mean that, because we don't always have the same taste in music, so that's nice when those paths cross. But this next one is actually the last one I'm going to play, and it's a song called "Asela." And like I said, my knowledge of East Coast things is pretty much limited to Seinfeld and Fountains of Wayne, and so I didn't know what the Asela was. Looked it up, and there we go. It's a train that runs down the East Coast. So that is that. This is probably my favorite Fountains of Wayne song, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy it. You'll be hearing this again in a couple of weeks because it inspired a song of mine called "Sleep," played in isolation. So this is Asela by Fountains of Wayne. There's a train on a track, painted silver, blue, and black, heading to Massachusetts, and then it's coming back. And it's entertaining by New Haven once you've had yourself a drink or two. Ooh. Shot to hell on the Asela, tell me, baby, where the hell are you? There's a girl on the train, leaning on a window pane, reading People magazine just to help turn off their brain. And I swear I caught her staring at me. Maybe I've been staring at her too. Ooh. Shot to hell on the Asela, just as well there's nothing else to do. When they called all aboard, you were nowhere to be found, though you swore you were sure you'd come with me out of town. And I looked in all the stores, I looked in Hudson News, searched for any sign of you, but you had not left any clues. I was so confused. What was I supposed to do? a blur as the engine starts to purr, and we're flying through Rhode Island. The conductor calls me sir. For your information, it's South Station at about 11:22. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got to catch the next sailor, got to find my way back home to you, a sailor. All right, and that was A Sailor by Fountains of Wayne. Sky Full of Holes, their album turns 9 tomorrow. And really, really good album that you guys should definitely check out. And like I said, on a sad note, we lost Adam Schlesinger, the lead singer and bass player and primary songwriter for Fountains of Wayne. 4 months ago today, and it was just a complete accident that those two things lined up. Well, obviously, but in terms of my live streaming and all of that, that was definitely an accident. But the Sky Full of Holes thing was definitely intentional. So that's going to do it for me this week. But next Saturday, tune in, and I'm going to do same time, same place. Although, I might be at a different angle on my bed here. But generally the same place and definitely the same time. We're going to do the No Comfort in the Waiting Room video series, and or live stream, I should say. And so be sure to stay tuned for details on that, and also on the playlist for the 40 Movies with Will Ferrell live stream. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much. Stay safe, and I will see you next